Alex. Thanks for sending me some serve footage. So let's go through this. I think you're doing a lot of things really well. So I'm just go through one of your serves here. This is one of the first ones. I'll go through one of the later ones as well. I like this trophy. I like the racket drop. I mean, this is still pretty good. I know you always say you're not super flexible, but you're getting the racket drop to about like lower back, which is really not bad. Can it be better? Sure, working on some stretching and some mobility, that totally is good. But I mean, this isn't a bad racket drop at all. Coming through up to the hit, really on edge here, racket straight up and down. I like that. And then up to hit, and then a good release. So you see the racket face going from pointing this way up to contact, ball's going forward there, and then here there's a release, and the racket's facing out here to the back or to the right. So the throwing motion overall is going really well. Um, I do want to mention a few things. Every one of your serves have finished on kind of this side, the right side of your body, on this side over here. This is it's not hurting your serve per se, but this is an issue for the longevity of your shoulder or elbow or wrist. There's a lot of force, especially with the pace that you generate, force ending on the right side of your body here and just kind of hitting a brick wall and stopping. So, point number one is I'd like you to work on finishing across the left side of your body. I pulled up footage for a pro on the left here. So what you see here is as he's coming up to swing, he's hitting the serve, and he's going to continue rotating his body and arm to finish here on the left side to let it slowly decelerate. I want you to work on this, and it'll give you more room to accelerate into the serve as well without coming to a stop. I think one of these serves you actually hit yourself in the leg. So I know why you're stopping is to like stop from tearing your shin apart with your racket. So I want you to continue rotating the body so you finish all the way around on the left side here with your racket instead of the right side. Okay, that's point number one. That's also part of point number two is that I think you're very sideways when you hit your serves. So I'm going to try to get, I don't have contact here, I don't think, but this is, before and after contact. I would say your chest is probably still facing towards the fence. Um, Generally, we are still face slightly to the right when we make contact. So here's the pro serve. Let me contact here. This is contact. He's facing a little bit further in, probably closer to the net post rather than the fence. You're stuck a little bit more sideways than I'd like. I'd like you to rotate your body just a little bit further forward. That'll help you, one, get more power into the serve, and then two, allow the racket to rotate in to the left side of the body as well. So kind of twofold. Let's work on rotating the body in a little bit more. I think your prep for your trophy is totally fine. I think your coil here, so we'll go back on the pro side. As he's tossing the ball, we can see your chest, we can see his chest. I think this part's totally good. Let's do a little bit more rotation into the shot because I think we're just stuck a little bit sideways here. So a little bit more open into the court would be good, and it'll help you rotate your arm over to the left side of your body too. Okay. Very last point I want to point out is we mentioned this a little bit before. I want you to pay attention here how far away his hand is from his head. Okay. Um, if we go forward a little bit, there's a really good bend, 90 degrees probably from his forearm um, to his upper arm this way. We're at kind of an odd angle, so it's hard to see. But there's a large distance from his back to the racket over here. If I scroll back to yours, it it looks here like your hand is almost rubbing up against your head. It's really close. I think you do have some that are better further into the serve video. Let's take a look here. Whoops. So I think there's a little bit more distance on this, but I think there's too much of a bend in your elbow to bring your forearm upwards this way. I'd like a 90-degree bend. Keep the forearm a little bit further away from your head. It's going to allow for more of a stretch in your chest to unload. And it's not a mobility thing at this point, because you later on in your serve, your arm does straighten out. So it's like there shouldn't be an issue here, but we're using too much arm if you have this much of a bend in your elbow. Okay, so let's work on more distance from your back, and from there the racket drops down this way. Okay, that'll help you with using more of your shoulder and your chest, pulling forward and give you more power into the serve as well. It just looks like we're bent at the elbow too far in right now, and that makes it so that you have to rely on your tricep and your hand to generate the pace. Okay, so yeah, let's call it there. Two things is, one, let's more rotation with the body so that your hand can finish on the left side of your body, as opposed to the right side of your body. And that'll also put more momentum forward into the serve. And then two, let's keep that elbow from bending too much, so that we can use more of the shoulder and the chest to pull into the serve rather than the arm. Okay? So a few big things to focus on. Let me know how that goes. And then lastly, I'm not charging you for this. You've paid for lessons and whatnot, drills before. But from a kind of a second party's perspective, this type of analysis on serve videos or videos in general, I'm thinking to start charging for those that do submit stuff like this to me. It's not often, but for those that aren't taking lessons, let me know what your thoughts are if you'd put a price tag on this type of video. They're usually at least 5 minutes, longer ones with more things to talk through, 15 or 20 minutes. So just, yeah, give me your thoughts, man. Let me know what you think. And yeah, no big deal. I'm not charging you for this one. Just trying to gather some info on what this would be worth to folks. All right. Thanks, brother.